Hey everybody, we're here at Musikfest 2021, and I am joined by the one and only Colin Hay, formerly of Men at Work. You still do some Men at Work.
I'm still in that. I'll always be in that band, basically. Yes.
Exactly, but a solo star in his own right as well. His new album came out this week, and I want to talk about that in a second. But you played one of my favorite free stage performances at Musikfest a few years ago on the other side of the river. But what's it like to play in front of that beauty right here, this historic backdrop tonight?
Well, I've played in front of that a few times actually. It's an incredible backdrop, and I can't remember what's the name of the place where I played last time.
You played at Volksplatz last time.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's as you say, it's historic, it's old, it's metal, and it's kind of awesome.
We love to see it. You know, we get to come here every day for work. So
I wouldn't like to. I mean, it's hot today. I mean, I can just imagine those poor guys working over there in the heat. It must have been hellish.
Oh, exactly. There's you can see all the documentaries on it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the new album, covers album, but it's brilliant. I listened to it last night, listened to it this morning. I don't know what to do with myself. A lot of covers, mostly from the 60s and 70s, but you got a 90s song on there too. How did you choose these songs specifically?
I had a very lazy approach to it. I recorded songs that had meant something to me as I was growing up. I didn't really think about it too much. I just kind of would think about a period, and kind of songs sprang to mind. Waterloo Sunset, for example, was playing in the sound system when I was leaving, when I was getting on the gangplank to get on the Fairstar to travel to the other side of the world when I was 14, because we emigrated from Scotland to Australia. So that was playing. When I arrived in Australia, Glenn Campbell had a hit with Wichita Lineman, and I became a little bit obsessed with that song, just the song in and of itself, written by Jimmy Webb. And it spoke of mysterious things like linemen, and I didn't know what that was, and it spoke of the expanse of the land and a love story embedded in the song. It's just, I can't really think of a better song, so I did that one. And Blind Faith, I did Can't Find My Way Home, which was a song that you could attempt on acoustic guitar because it had this D run down. So I just I just did songs that were important to me at some stage. And I remember when I first arrived in California to live there in the early 90s, I would listen to this album called Twisted by Delamitri, Scottish band. And I always loved driving with the brakes on, and it was always playing just as I was coming up the boulevard home, so I love that song so much, so I had a crack at that.
I hadn't heard that song until I heard your cover of it, and I had to track down the original, and so fantastic. Were there any songs that you left off that you thought about covering?
Thousands of songs. Thousands of songs, but they were the ones I just thought, okay, I'll think about the songs I'm going to record, not the multitude of songs that I'm not recording.
Sure. Absolutely. I've never been able to ask this to someone, so you're the only one I've ever been able to ask. What's it like to play with one of the Beatles? You were in Ringo Starr's all-star band.
Well, it's truly an awesome experience. The novelty never wears off. You turn around and Ringo is playing the drums, and as you see, he was in the Beatles, and he's done lots of things since then. But he's a great drummer to play with, and it's really a dream come true. I never really thought that would happen to me ever, so especially when I was growing up. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And now we'll finish with this. A bigger star than Ringo Starr, your dog Rico. You're on tour with your pup for the first time, you said. What's that been like?
Well, you can't compete with Rico. He's just, there's stars and there's stars. There's Rico, and then there's just everybody else.
Mm-hmm. He'll be closing. You'll be opening for Rico later tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, he always closes the show.
Awesome. Well, Colin Hay, we appreciate it so much. Have a great time out there today at Musikfest. Stay cool. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.